casually is like, oh
you
yeah,
gonna hit
so
the
my
record
girl's over
button on me.
here. Breezed by it, right? Like I wasn't gonna catch it because I was distracted by you coming into the room right now. But B, go ahead and proceed as you were saying.
No, because we were just talking about the LED lights. You know what I mean? I was saying that I had a special young lady over, and we were talking about the lights, and it sparked a debate because she was like, "Yo, like, yeah, this is cool for like your crib, but I could never have this in like my house." And I was like, "What you mean?" So it kind of was a little debate that we had, but that's, you know, it was just that.
Married couple fight, you know.
Oh, I guess, is that what that was?
That's that talk, you know, when you're like, so when we live together, you know, it's not gonna be like this.
Nah,
right?
we didn't say that though. We didn't say that. We didn't say that. We didn't say that. In fact, it was the opposite. It was like, you know, it was more like, why are we even talking about this right now? Like, you have your lights, you do what you want to do, you live your life. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like,
okay.
yeah, you know. But yeah, shout out to her. She knows who she is.
You guys are okay. So, do you guys remember last time we were talking about, what was it? And B was like, we got to revisit this. Oh, about men chasing women. Like, do you remember that, B? I forgot what session it was. I think it was like session 6. It was a while ago. But
in what context of men chasing women?
So
just
we
like
have been talking about how like women shouldn't be the ones that are like, you know, like pursuing the man. Like it should be the man.
Oh no, I'm not. I was on. I fully believe in that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with that. That's how I'm in the situation I'm in today. So.
Okay, well, I feel like that's a pretty good topic.
She came at me.
Cover. Wait, she pursued you?
Yeah, she slid in my DMs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was your thought when she like pursued you first?
Well, it was kind of weird because I know that she had some other circumstances going on. So initially, I didn't think that it was on that type of time. Like, I didn't think she was trying to holler at me. I didn't think it was on some, you know, I was just, you know, I was just talking, man. I was just being me. And then it just kind of felt like we just kind of fell into a conversation. And then literally she gave me her number like a few minutes later, and she was like, yeah, just call me sometime. And that was that.
See, I can't. I mean, like I told Angie, I can't. Like Angie was even telling me she was gonna help me step my game up because I literally I can't. I can't be the one to slide in the DM unless it's like work related shit. But other than that, or me giving you your props, of like I just can't. I don't know. I just feel like maybe because I've always been the one to like expect a message first, but I've never been the one to like shoot my shot. I think.
Yeah. And again, I think I don't think there's a right or wrong way. I think women can pursue it, you know what I mean, however they feel comfortable with. I just think for me, you know, I think ladies, more times than not, you would be surprised. Most men will really, really think it's dope if you make the first move. And a lot of times all you got to do is make the first move. Because that's in my situation. I already liked her. So once I knew she was interested in me, I was like, oh, we good. So I mean, it wasn't that easy, but you know. But yeah, I think, you know, ladies should definitely if you see something you like, you know, go say what's up. Let them know. Say hey.
Shoot your shot.
I think it's dope. Yeah, I think it's dope. But I also get, I also get when, you know, women who want to feel pursued and want to feel sought after. I definitely understand that too. So
I saw this meme. It says, sometimes I feel insecure and then I remember I pulled every dude I ever wanted. So yeah, I feel good. I can go to sleep. I don't
know. I was talking to my cousin the other day because we went out to eat and I was telling him like, he's like, he was like, so how's, you know, the dating life, whatever. I was like, I don't know. I just feel like when I get somebody's attention, I am on my end, I lack. Like, for instance, like they'll tell me to call them, but I won't call them. Like, it's so weird. Like, I don't know. Something's wrong with me. I think I'm gonna be single forever because I feel like I'm not the one to initiate or to, like, even though they slide in the DM first or whatever, or if I meet them in person or whatever, like, I don't know. It's just like, I'd rather them get my number or ask for my number and then like, you know, call me. But then when I get their numbers, like I take my sweet time and not on purpose. It's just like, I don't know how to approach the situation. So,
you feel like you got to like build up a certain level of trust with them before you like start to really engage or like, where do you think that stem from? If I can turn into your therapist real quick.
I mean, I just think that in a certain like circumstances, like in past relationships, I've been spoiled because I wasn't the one to approach it. Like they would approach me and ask for my number. And then from there on, like they would hit me up like that same night or the next day and be like, yo, like, get to know me type of level. Me, it's just like when they hit me with the number or like, oh, yo, call me. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call you on my own time. And sometimes my own time isn't good for them. So they think like I'm not really interested when it's not even that. It's just I got a lot of shit going on. So yeah, I think it's
I get
better
that too.
if they call me and then go from there.
I used to be thirsty. I used to be really thirsty. Like
How
just
so?
really I would be the one who would give too much too soon. Like I was just like, I'm a Libra. I'm always like falling in love with people at first sight. So, I had to like chill. I had to be more, I had to realize my worth, and I really don't need to be out here in these streets chasing nobody. So now whoever gets me next, I feel bad for them. Like they really got to work. Like they really got to put in some work, because now I feel like my mentality is changed. I'm just in a different space. So for me, it's more on some, I'm still working on myself. So I'm still working on my level of pettiness. As soon as you get on my damn nerves, I'm like, well, on to the next, baby. So yeah, I'm on some like new bitch mentality. Like, yeah, I'm just not here to waste my time.
I'm curious to hear more about that. What is that? I'm sorry. I feel like I'm like the therapist, Brian.
You
right
are.
I smoked some. Shout out this wedding cake that I smoked right before. I told y'all in the group chat, I'm like, yo, I'm about to catch a vibe before we record. So this is you guys get to see the medicated beat tonight. Yeah, the I get curious. But nah, don't mind me. I'm just drinking. I'm drinking my tea.
I just hit the record button because I already know we were going to talk about some good stuff, because that's normally, as soon as we all get into this room, it starts popping. By the way, have you guys tried, what is that new app that everybody's using?
Oh, Clubhouse?
Yeah. Clubhouse. Have you guys used it yet?
I've used it. I haven't gone in no rooms and like spoken myself, but
right.
I just pop in here and there just to try to get the gist of it. I'm still like a little confused on how it works, but I was in there. I've spent maybe 5 minutes on there. Like it wasn't a long time, but I checked it out.
So my homie Raymond T, I met him when we were both at Z90 down in San Diego. Yeah, that's the homie. And he you know what? He's one of those people that I've always admired, and he's just really dope. But he's always looked out for me. So he pretty much puts me on to stuff, for the industry. And so anyways, I happened to jump on there because one of my other friends, and at first I was kind of like, this is ratchet. Like it just seemed like the live shade room, basically. So I was
pretty much. Pretty much.
So I was like,
from what I've heard, I was trying to see it, but I couldn't see it myself. But I've heard stories.
Yeah, it gets pretty ratchet. So I really wasn't like really tuned into it, but then I went into a couple of them where they were actually talking about music and the industry and how it works. And I think the other day I jumped into a room where they were talking about these new artists that basically have no kind of like home training. They just out here wilding out. And then they have like the older artists, or the ones where, the labels actually like invested in them, taught them, PR, taught them how to do interviews, taught them how to carry themselves out here in these streets. And that one was pretty interesting to hear, some artists like perspective. There was actual artists in there talking about that. And, I do feel like the internet kind of gave them this freedom, and they just out here wilding out, like running around like these chickens with no head. Like they just say whatever they want to say, however they want to say it. Let's take Tekashi 6ix9ine for example. Like he's wild,
right?
And yet he's it's crazy. He snitched on everybody in the game, went into protective custody, came out, dropped an album, and he's got like a Netflix or something on Hulu or something. I don't even know. I haven't even watched it. Yeah. So it's just crazy to me how like the game has changed, because back in the day, it wouldn't have been that way. Back in the day, you snitch, like, we're probably not ever going to see you again. So Yeah.
It's interesting you say that though, because I think it's funny how you talk about maybe like the newer cats, the newer generation that's coming up, how they basically mirror social media in real life, right? That's how they approach their life and their careers a lot of times. You know what I mean? Like you say, Tekashi 6ix9ine took the Twitter trolling and turned it into real life trolling. You know what I mean? And like literally got him to, you know what I mean, the brink of losing his freedom. And now, you know what I mean, he got out, and look at him, he's still doing, you know what I mean, trying to do the same shenanigans that he was doing to stay relevant. But it's interesting that I thought it was an interesting point you said of how, you know, society just kind of starts to mirror social media. And I think it's an interesting construct, especially I was watching that documentary a couple months ago, the Social Dilemma on Netflix, where it kind of touched on just how social media is, you know, it's feeding us a lot of things without us really realizing it. And, you know, in a way, programming our brains and the way it affects us. And we've already seen how it's literally affected elections, and it runs deep. And it's like crazy because it's like a documentary with all of these old executives from the companies. Like it's literally a dude from like Facebook on there. And he's like, man, I would never let my kids be on social media. Like all of them, they asked him all that question. It was like a montage, and it was all like, no, never, never, never. It's like, I wouldn't let my kids anywhere near it, because they know what it's programmed to do. It's an ill documentary. If y'all want to check it out, I highly suggest it if the people listening haven't had a chance to peep it yet. It was super good. It's called The Social Dilemma on Netflix. But it was just kind of how you were saying about just artists just kind of doing what they want to do, and going and thinking that they can just live life without being held accountable for what they do in their actions. And you know, it's just kind of like, it's like Twitter coming to life. It's a trip to see. 2020 has been a wild year. 2020 has been a Twitter timeline, you know, in real life. Like, it's been crazy.
Speaking of Twitter, so I had a little Twitter beef with the guy recently. I don't know if you've caught my little messaging.
Nah, I missed that.
No. Okay, so basically, his first tweet was, being single is unmatched. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want, whatever you do, you know, whatever. So I was like, okay, I mean, that's cool, but like, you can also be with somebody and still have the freedom. Like, you know, it doesn't have to feel like a prison sentence, basically. Right. So, you know, we went on, and he was basically like, no, but it's unmatched because blah, blah. And I was like, I mean, there's guys that I know that are happily married, and they would disagree. They would feel like, you know, being single or being with their best friend is unmatched. You know, for some people, being single just ain't it for them. So he goes on. I mean, this lasted for hours, guys. We were like back and forth for hours. I had
You know him personally?
I know him personally, yes.
Okay.
Like very personally. So,
okay. Gotcha.
So I'm like, basically, he just out here trying to be a thought. That's what I got out of it. He's just trying to do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. He wants to do whoever he wants, whenever he wants. So my thing was just like, cool. I mean, basically, you just want to be selfish, right? Like, you don't want to worry about nobody else. That's not what I said, blah, 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 blah. And he basically, I touched, you know me, I saw a nerve, and I was like, let me go touch it real quick.
That's technically not what he said, though, also. That was technically not what he said.
He basically was saying he wanted to just do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. That's unmatched for him. Cool. So you want to be selfish. Being selfish means I do whatever the hell I want, whenever I want, and I ain't got to worry about
no, it's the opposite of being selfish, right?
What?
Because if he was in a relationship and wanted to do that, that would be him being selfish. But by him saying, I'm going to just be single, that's him not being selfish, right?
But when does it get to a point where guys can be like hold accountable for having, you know, because again, it's like unless there's like an understanding between him and that other person, you know, whatever. But I feel like, when does it come to a point where they take accountability of making someone like another woman like feel like, damn, like we're going somewhere with this, and when it's not even the case?
I see. I'm high. I misunderstood the situation. I'm sorry. I get what you're saying now. I thought you meant like you didn't really know bruh like that.
Like if he's out here reckless, like that he needs to be held accountable. But if he's out here and letting people know, like, yo, like I'm with the shits, like I'm here to, you know, do what I gotta do and then split, cool. Then there's
Right.
an understanding. But if there isn't, then he's out here being reckless. Like,
In the hypothetical, are you and the dude hooking up?
and
Oh no.
No. Okay.
No.
Cool.
No, but I
Yeah,
know
and I
about
don't think that's
I know about him in these
okay.
streets. I know about him in these
Okay.
streets. So in
Okay.
these streets, they was saying that, but just I think here's the thing. Whether you're female or whether you're male, if you want to be wild and enjoy your life, cool, do that. I think that's being selfish because you only worried about yourself. I'm only worried about myself. I'm not worried about nobody else, and nor do I want to worry about anybody else. But if you're in a relationship, I don't think you would even want to be out here wilding out. I don't even think, like you shouldn't even want to be out here wilding out. That's not something you're sacrificing. You shouldn't look at,
Yeah.
oh, well, I'm just not going to be out here messing around with nobody because that's a sacrifice. No, it's not a sacrifice. You shouldn't even want. And truth be told, even when you're single, if you don't want to wild out, like that's cool too. There's people that like to be single and like not deal with nobody at all.
Be
So
low key.
right. So that, like, to me, that's cool too. My take on it is if you don't want to be worried about nobody else, that's you being selfish, and that's okay. There's literally nothing wrong with you saying, I don't want to deal with nobody. I'm going to be a little selfish right now and I'm not going to deal with nobody. Don't you think that's being selfish?
No.
No? You don't think selfish? Do you think selfish is a good thing though? Don't you think like being like, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
put
gotta be
myself
selfish
first?
sometimes. Yeah, you gotta be
Right.
selfish sometimes.
Right.
I don't think it's selfish. I just think it's that he's just obviously not ready for a relationship.
Nope.
I used to
he
feel
not.
like that too.
I
I
know
used
the
to,
streets.
I used to feel
Yeah.
like that too. I used to be like, oh, I'll be single forever now. I'm just be by myself. You know what I mean? Like, now, you know what I mean? It's just this year I started being like, oh, seeing my friends and shit happily married. I'm kind of like, yeah, this shit look kind of nice. Like, you know what I mean? It look all right, So I'll just come around to it, and I'm 33. So you know what I mean? Some people take a while sometimes.
True.
But I see what you're saying in the selfish, and it's not like you said. The selfish is not always a negative connotation to it.
No.
Like you got to
Right.
be selfish sometimes.
Yeah, and that's what I'm encouraging. I'm saying if you don't got to worry about nobody else and you don't want to have to worry about nobody else, then be by yourself. Like, and that's saying I'm going to put myself first before anybody else. I'm not going to be out here worried about nobody else. And I think that is a healthy way to think. But once you're with somebody, I don't think it's a sacrifice to be like, oh, well, I don't want to deal with nobody else. And I would rather be with somebody and still have that freedom. That's just me though. Like I want to be able to be with somebody and still be able to do whatever I want and not feel like I'm being like like it's a prison sentence. So
that's why I'm scared of getting married, Ange, because to be
Right.
honest, I've met a couple people that like get in relationships and like their man will be like telling me and the rest of the friends like, oh, I'm just gonna marry her because I mean she deserves it, or she stuck with me this long, or she just wants to, so I'm gonna just do it. And to me, it's like, damn, like if that's what the mentality of, I'm not saying all men think this way, but if that's like the majority, like that's really scary to me. Like it makes me not even want to like think about marriage, to be honest.
That's a good point, Kay, because that's exactly, honestly, I think that's what my whole point was that, unfortunately, marriage has become like this really negative thing. And people are like, no, I don't want to get married because this. And it's like, I've seen some really happily married people, and it doesn't mean that it's about, you just have to, you're basically saying, I'm going to pick this person to live the rest of my life with. And whatever you want to, like, honestly, for me, because I've been through a divorce, I'm low-key scared of doing it like the legal way. I'd rather just be like, hey, like, we're just gonna have a fun party and we're gonna celebrate and be together. We call it a day, But if somebody listen, if somebody gets me to actually go to the courthouse and sign some papers, no, I really love him or he's really rich. Okay, it's one of the two.
Damn. Or both.
Or both. There you go.
Yeah.
I love how B always encourages me. It's okay to want both. It's okay to want a rich man and to, be happily married to that rich man. So anyways, by the way, I was watching
whatever floats your boat.
Right. So I was watching my yachts. It's gonna be a yacht, okay?
There you go.
So I could just imagine Angie getting married, and then she gets married to like this rich guy, and she has a yacht, and it's called like the Diva.
Oh, Angie's gonna act a fucking fool. Don't let Angie.
I'll be like,
Angie
girl,
gonna act a
my
fool.
birthday's coming up.
Don't let me
Yeah,
be
that-
rich. Don't let me be rich. I'm gonna be out here.
Her
with this.
Instagram gonna be looking crazy.
I was already on a
gonna
yacht
be-
last year acting a damn fool. Like
She
I was
gonna be
already
in Brazil one weekend.
Shit.
2 weeks later, she gonna be in the Bahamas somewhere. You already know.
Speaking of, I am actually going to Mexico this weekend. So I'm gonna go to Cabo
yeah.
for like 5 days with some friends. We had planned this, hoping that the world would be open again. And since things are kind of still open in Mexico, we were like, you know what, let's take the trip anyways. And of course, I've never been to Cabo, so and it's super cheap to travel right now. So we're like, you know what, put some mask on, let's make this happen. So
Y'all
You'll
staying
love it
like a
there.
resort
Honestly,
or like?
it's so pretty out there.
yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be my first time. But no, we're actually renting a house. So normally
nice.
when me and this like group of friends travel, we normally like rent a house and we'll stay at the house. And then we're gonna do some activities there, but we'll keep it low key for the most part. We're gonna be at the house.
Activities.
Like we're gonna do like taco tasting, I think one day, and then like
Okay, I thought you. Yeah. You said
Yeah,
activities.
oh.
My mind on them.
yeah, not those.
Okay, it's all good.
I wish, but I wish.
You're like, this is Malta
I mean,
number
Cabo.
one.
Yeah, Cabo. I'm like,
Man,
the activity. I feel like the activities are different in Cabo. It's different from when you're at home saying I'm doing activities.
there you go. I wish
Yeah.
we were. That was BC. That was before COVID.
Exactly.
We can't be out here in these streets like we used to be.
Mm-mm.
We gotta.
Not at all.
Before we had to worry about pregnancy and STDs. Now we got to worry about COVID too. No, thank you.
Here's a question I want to ask you guys. Okay.
Yeah.
So since this whole, maybe B won't answer it because he's Buddha, but you can still feel free to answer. Is it scary for you guys to since this whole pandemic is going on, is it hard for you guys to meet somebody and be open enough to if you guys do connect with somebody out there randomly, are you scared to kind of get it in since this whole pandemic's going on, or how do you guys move?
Go
I
ahead.
was wondering about this.
Yeah, but before I started, before I started talking to somebody, I wasn't really, to be honest with you, I wasn't looking. I wasn't really checking, you know what I mean? And the kind of person who I was kind of talking to, I had already known her for a long time, so I felt comfortable, you know what I mean? With her. But now I think, but when I met the person I'm talking to now, it was like, I don't know, I think I didn't care. But she's also super careful, so that I don't really worry about being around her, because I know that she's super careful about the COVID and everything. But for me, it was really never an issue, to be honest, because I was either not looking at all, or the person I was talking to was just super careful and cautious, so I wasn't really concerned about it. Y'all keep trying to put me on the spot, but I'm too good. What y'all doing? You see Lena was just go ahead, B. Go ahead. Go ahead, B.
See, I was just not kissing him in the mouth. That's all.
Wait, what? You just said you're just not kissing them in the mouth? That works. They say you're not supposed to do that, right? The CDC? Whatever it is.
You're supposed to wear a mask. You're supposed to.
Yeah, you're supposed to be masked up when you're smashing. Yeah.
Yeah. So check this out.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
I've been out of this fucking dating shit for a long motherfucking time, so I don't even know.
Yeah, you're supposed to be wearing a mask. Oh, and check this out. So there was a study done by the University of Miami, and apparently, if a man has already recovered from COVID, he can still have COVID living in his semen, basically. In his ball sack. Yes. So
now you know what my next question is, right?
What?
If a young lady were to swallow said semen, does she catch COVID?
Yes. Yeah, because it's alive in there. It's alive and well.
That's crazy.
Yep. So not only is she getting his kids, but she getting his sick kids. That is the worst.
Damn. That's tough. That's tough.
My bad. So yesterday I was like,
what the fuck are we talking about? What is going on? I like that segue. It was just nobody knew how to get out of that. You were just so yesterday. This is great. This is the best episode ever.
I was like, all right, how do I segue into this? So
You said so yesterday.
it's real.
Yeah, we're moving on. Fuck it. So yesterday.
How do you segue from like swallowing to like
You can.
right.
You can.
So-
That might gotta be the title COVID come. You can't even title it COVID come, but yeah.
Like you
YouTube
damn
will block
sick
it.
ass kids.
YouTube will block it, but yeah. You can't there's no good way to transition from COVID come to
That's
anything
scary,
that you did
dude.
yesterday.
Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just, and that's another thing too.
Mhm.
Why I don't call guys back, because I see them messing with Shorty like 3 months ago, and then they call me, like they try to hit. You know, I'm like, ew. Like, I don't know.
You just know when they moved on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's all that is.
You can always tell. You can always tell when somebody's already like uninterested, or you know they're moving different.
Yeah.
They're acting a certain way. Like you can always tell. And I think for me, I'd rather deal with somebody who's just upfront from the jump and it's just like, you know, this is what I want. Okay, cool. Like I might just want that too, or I might want something long, whatever it is. Like when a man's upfront with me, I'd rather that versus going into my DMs talking about he be praying all day and then he's something else. You know, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
What you mean? What dude talking about he be praying all day? What nigga is in the DMs talking about I'm praying all day?
You know what? The way I want to
We gonna
expose
save
somebody
that
right
for
now.
another day.
I'm saying I hope I'm not shading somebody I'm cool with, but damn, don't be giving it up like that in the DMs. Come on now, don't do that. We
All
better
I
than that.
know
It's
is that
2020,
shit is
fellas.
scary as hell to me. Like when I see you moving from like relationship within the first 5 months of this whole
yeah.
pandemic, I'm just like, and not over here, like,
You already know what's gonna happen.
not gonna fuck up this fucking no.
Yo, you know, I had to hit record as soon as we jumped in here because I already knew it had been a couple weeks. And yeah, we had Thanksgiving. I hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving day. Did you guys do anything or no?
No, I just chilled. I just
No.
went over to my mom's. Just me, my mom, my little sister. Literally, just the three of us kicking it. My mom cooked, so ate and just chilled. I mean, it was like regular Thanksgiving, just us three. You know.
Right. How about you, Kay?
It was good. It was good for me.
Nothing, just chilled, cooked for my little shorty, and then that's it. Like stayed home, watched movies, Christmas movies, and that's pretty much it.
Hey.
I know. I'm definitely like in the Christmas spirit now, and it's getting cold now, so I've been enjoying like being in pajamas all day and sipping my abuelita hot chocolate. Yeah, abuelita hot chocolate hits different, like it really does, especially when it's cold and
with some concha. What's the bread?
Yes.
The Mexican bread. Oh my God.
You're so Mexican.
I gotta find that in there. It's so good. The pink one. Ooh wee.
I know you like the pink conchas.
I ain't mean it like that. I really do. No, I really do like the pink one though. Like, but yeah, you're right.
You know what? I'm trying to look for some like nice tamale spots out here in the IE. I mean, if anyone could direct, let me know. Cause man, if not, I'm gonna have to travel to like Santa Ana because that's my spot. I have little spots in Santa Ana that like they're go-to, but kind of hard to look some little hole-in-the-wall places here in the IE. Maybe I'm not looking in the right places, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Tamales.
You gotta have the tamale plug.
Always have to. So last night I'm laying here, I'm watching some Jesus, what is it? Jesus and
Meryl.
Yes. And Amia was cracking up. Like she was just cracking up at them. And I was like, if she only knew like how high they are when they're like
They'd be smacked out of their mind.
Yeah, B put me onto that show and it's still I still watch it and it's still hilarious to me every time I watch it.
They're hilarious.
Yeah, they are. We need to get our own show like that. So we definitely need to have like a creative meeting and there goes our time. We definitely have to have a creative meeting soon because I feel like, it's towards the end of the year and I figure let's start, switching things up a little bit. Like we come into here, you know, we talk about like everything that we have going on, and I love it, but I definitely want to like start playing games or, you know, just doing something just so we can all like, I feel like we can let people in just a little more, you know, just a little more. And so we'll come up with, you know, just some fun stuff, because I do want our listeners to feel like they're really in here with us and they're really like having a good time with us. And, you know, maybe they might want to send us some questions of their own. We're going to get a question from B's girl. She's gonna low key be like,
oh, I thought you had one right now. You see me, I'm like, wait, what? What's the question? I'm like, what's the question?
When that time comes, though.
That's what I thought. I
think I just saw him sweating a little bit over there. He was sweating like.
No, I'm good. No, I'm good. It was just the. I thought the way you did it was smooth. I was like, damn, they got me. You was like, oh, you know, we're gonna take questions, and now we have a question from B's girl. I was like, oh shit, caught me off guard.
B was like.
He was pretending he was all frozen in the camera. He's like,
lost connection.
Oh my god.
Oh, yo, that is too funny. Oh god, man, this has been a hell of a year, and I think our next session we should probably, you know, just kind of share our music that we loved, you know, for the year, and then just what we learned, you know, like this year I feel like was my ultimate was the year that I've grown the most. And I was looking at my planner yesterday and I had written down all my goals, and so I'm sitting there looking at my goals, laughing at them, because surprisingly a lot of them I was actually able to accomplish. So yeah, so it's like we unknowingly, you know, put things into the universe, and then when they happen, we're like, oh yeah, I did kind of low-key manifest this, you know. So just being more aware of the stuff that we put out there, I know for sure it's helped me. So, you know, maybe we can all do that together on our next session, because I'm going to be going to Mexico this weekend. So next weekend or next week, you know, I'm going to need to like recover because my liver's going to be hurting. But we'll definitely catch up, you know, before the end of the year, and we'll, you know, just put something out there that our listeners can definitely relate to, and then maybe they can chime in too. So I think that'll be fun.
I love it. We just had the creative meeting on air.
There you go.
Perfect.
There you go. I'm actually about to go self-medicate and then go to sleep. I'm not playing. Like, I'm really in my pajamas, y'all. Like, I'm really in my pajamas. When it's like 7:00, I'm ready for bed. I'm just like, there's nothing else to do for the day. The sun is gone.
And it gets dark so early.
Yo, like 4:00, the sun starts setting, and I'm like, this ain't the sun I used to know, because the sun I used to know used to be out. We used to be after school. We used to like be out till about like 8:00. You know.
Yeah. Well, the sun is fed up. The sun had enough of 2022. It's like, let's go and get the shit over with. I guess the sun think if it go down earlier, the days in earlier, try to tell the sun it don't work like that. But
yeah, that's so true.
Do what they do.
Have you guys looked at the moon lately? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, what the eclipse was yesterday. The lunar eclipse.
Yeah, man. It's, you know, a
lot of crazy stuff going on.
Did you guys see that there's like these like big metal like things that are appearing? Yo, the aliens are about to pull up on us. That's them being like,
I don't know. If I was an alien, I would have been like, fuck this. I ain't on Earth.
Earth is ghetto.
The ghetto for real. Earth is
let's turn this bitch around. Hell no.
Earth is the fucking ghetto. They coming to gentrify us. The aliens coming to gentrify Earth.
They pulling up. They pulling up and locking their doors.
Yeah, they gonna move us out. Ain't that about a bitch?
There was this video, and it was like these two girls dancing in like what looks like they're like dancing whatever, and I told my girl Jamie, I was like, that's us dancing on the spaceship, like we ready to get out this bitch.
But I like how the news is just like, well, they're obviously man-made, and I'm like, yo, how the fuck do we know that that's obvious? I don't know that. Like,
no, that's not.
I don't think that's obvious that they're man-made. I haven't seen no reason to why they're man. Like, you would think they're man-made,
right? And then the fact that like one was found in Utah, and then one was found, I think, in
like Romania or something like
Romania,
that.
yeah, and it's like, you
Yeah.
gonna tell me somebody from Utah knows somebody from Romania, and they both had the same, like, oh yeah, let's build this metal thing and just put it in the middle of nowhere. Nah, that's them aliens. That's them aliens.
That's them saying, yep, here. Utah better watch out because they pulling up.
Okay.
They like Utah, yep, right here. That's where we're moving in.
Yep.
Honey, the kids.
I don't know, like I remember a couple years ago, real quick, I know this, we're gonna wrap this up. I don't know, you guys might call me crazy, I don't care, but I was self-medicating myself with a friend, with one of my good friends, and we were just like out on her balcony, and all of a sudden we see like this beam of light like just shoot and then crash, like because she lives in the hills of Corona, and we're like, what's that? And then we're just like, and then she's like, yo, and then she was just like, let's get in the house, because we just saw like the light kept beaming over the hill. And we're like, what the fuck is that? I kid you guys not, like 5 minutes late, not even 5 minutes, probably like within seconds, like you see Army helicopters rushing that way. And we're just like, yo, let's go back inside. So we went inside. We were trying to watch the news, see if anything popped up. Nothing. So I'm just like, and she was like, dude, that is some crazy shit. I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
But I do believe in aliens.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
I've dated a few. I know. They're real.
Oh, shit. That was a good one. That was a really good one, actually.
All right, y'all. Well, it was good catching up with you guys. We'll do another session very soon before the year ends. And you guys got any last minute words?
Be safe. Enjoy the holidays. Enjoy your loved ones.
Say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest. You know, stay safe. Enjoy the holidays. Enjoy your loved ones. Let's continue to grow, evolve, and get better going into the new year.
Okay.
So cliche. God.
I got nothing. Just whatever be said, and keep your eyes on the prize.
Hey, I like it.
I like it. Short and sweet and to the point. And with that said, thank you guys for listening to Studio Vibes, and we will be back in a couple weeks at least, right?
Yeah. 2 weeks. Give us a couple weeks.
All right.
2.5 maybe. Yeah.
We out.
Peace.